Right now, Madison police share new details on the arrest of the Madison School Board Vice President and the CEO of nonprofit Urban Triage.
Areas north of Madison saw slick spots this morning. Do we have more slick spots in the forecast? And I'll take you through the Midwest travel forecast coming up.
And later, why Wisconsin is getting thousands of dollars from a multi-state settlement with Mercedes-Benz. And we welcome you now to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Sarah Carlson. Eric Franke is off this week. We begin with the weather as people in southern Wisconsin are gearing up for the holidays. Earlier this morning, areas north of Madison did have some slick conditions. Here's Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington out on the patio with the latest on what we can expect as we head into the upcoming holiday and how long the roads will be looking like a slick spot.
Yeah, Sarah, we did have some slick spots across parts of southern Wisconsin this morning, north of Dells, as you just mentioned. But let's go fast forward here to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Temperature starting off in the 20s to near 30 in Madison. As we move throughout Christmas Eve, a couple showers will dot the scene from Madison area south towards Illinois, down towards Peoria, and over towards St. Louis. Not expecting widespread travel concerns, just a couple of showers. And even look at that temperature in St. Louis near 60 degrees as we move into Thursday itself. That's Christmas Day, starting off in the low 30s and then getting into the mid to upper 30s in Madison for temperatures. Watch what happens though as we head towards Christmas Day night and as we head towards Friday the 26th. Some showers breaking out across areas from Madison stretching south to Chicago to Indianapolis. Maybe a little bit of a mix up in the north part of Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan, but we're not expecting significant travel delays. This weather system is a weak weather system that builds into the area late on Christmas Day going on into the 26th. I'm out here in the patio and it's fine and dandy out here. There's no breeze, temperatures in the mid 30s to upper 30s across Dane County, same across southern Wisconsin. Very mild for this time of year. Temperatures should be about 30 for high temperatures, and well, we're anywhere between 5 and almost 10 degrees above that. Now, Radar 3000 was lit up this morning with a little bit of mixed precipitation, especially for areas to the north of Madison. A little bit later tonight, we are expecting some patchy fog to develop, maybe some freezing drizzle. So a couple slick spots not out of the question tonight before we head into that period of very mild conditions with showers. When I come back, we'll track that patchy fog that's coming up.
Thank you, Alex. Sounds good. In the news today, Madison police are investigating a deadly shooting on the city's north side. We are now hearing from police that 2 people of interest have been taken into custody. The shooting happened on Portage Road behind the airport late Saturday night. First responders took 2 men to the hospital for gunshot wounds. One later died. The other is still being treated for their injuries. Police did find a firearm and multiple shell casings on the scene. If you have any information about this case, please contact the Madison Police Department or Madison Area Crime Stoppers. 6 horses are dead following an unusual crash this morning near the village of Bristol in Kenosha County. This happened about 4:15 a.m. Investigators say the horses had escaped from their pasture onto the road. That's when a man on his way to work driving a pickup truck hit 6 of them. The driver was not hurt in the crash, but 5 of the 6 horses died at the scene, and the 6th had to be euthanized due to its injuries. Well, Wisconsin is getting more than $630,000 as part of a multi-state settlement with Mercedes-Benz. The settlement is over allegations that the German automaker sold vehicles equipped with devices to make vehicles appear to comply with emissions tests. But when on the road, they actually broke the standards. Mercedes allegedly used the devices because they couldn't meet design and performance goals and still comply with these standards. Vehicles equipped with the devices are still marketed to car buyers as environmentally friendly, so Mercedes will notify those who own and lease about what to do next. They'll need to get an extended warranty, and also they'll be given $2,000 per vehicle for repairs. Well, seasonal flu activity is certainly picking up across the country and right here in Wisconsin. According to UW Health, the percentage of patients testing positive for the flu has grown from 5% during the week of December 8th to 14% last week. The CDC estimates that there have been 4.6 million flu cases across the U.S. since the season began, and 1,900 patients have died. That includes 2 pediatric deaths confirmed by the Wisconsin Department of Health last week.
remember, it can be a very severe disease. It's just a real tragedy when we have a death from influenza. And here at UW, we usually see a couple deaths a year from influenza in children that are related to flu. And it's really sad to see that. So go ahead and get that vaccine. Talk to your healthcare provider about it.
It is not too late. Now, influenza A is the most frequently reported flu virus so far this season, and doctors say one particular variant is especially contagious with intense symptoms that come on rapidly. Well, we are just a few days from Christmas and people are still out there big time looking for that perfect gift. News 3 Now's Jalen Banks has been out at Westtown Mall all day talking with shoppers and during this Christmas present dash, hopefully getting some shopping done yourself. He joins us now live from the mall. Jalen, what's it looking like out there?
Sarah, I've been here at the Westtown Mall since about noon, and the parking lot's been full the entire time. The food court's been full. The line to take pictures with Santa has been completely packed. And this main concourse here at the center of the mall has had a steady flow of those last-minute shoppers looking to find that perfect gift. And I've been catching up with some shoppers throughout the day. And the one thing that they've all continued to say to me is, man, I wish I'd started just a little bit sooner. Now, there's a CBS News poll out that says that 16% of those polled are buying more gifts for others than they have in years past. And speaking with one shopper, that's part of the reason why they're hitting the stores last minute.
I've got a lot of family and friends I need to shop for. The online shopping wasn't doing it this year, so wanted to go in person and get all the things. I think it's easier because you get the sizes. Every size is a little different. Never know online, so I'd say in person, yeah.
Now, that same CBS News poll says that 42% say they're buying fewer gifts for others more than in years past, while 42% say they're buying about the same amount of presents for others than in years past. Now, Sarah, and for those of you at home, I do have something to admit. I'm also about to be one of those last-minute shoppers. I got to go find some gifts for my brothers ahead of our family Christmas. So I'm going to wrap things up here so I can get to that. But for now, reporting live from Westtown Mall, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
All right, thank you, Jalen. I had a feeling that was the case. Have fun out there. In other news today, the Dane County Farmers Market is returning with its winter market at Garver Feed Mill next month. Beginning January 4th, customers will find more than 50 farmers market vendors and their products every Saturday until April 4th. This is from 8 until noon. SNAP and EBT services are accepted, but customers do have to visit the information booth to use their Quest card for the local farmers. People can also bring their food scraps and drop them into the bin next to the information booth. Free drop-off for that is limited to 1 gallon each week per household, and the space for that is limited. Well, right now, the Madison Police Department is investigating the arrest of a Madison School Board Vice President, Maya Pearson, as well as the founder of nonprofit Urban Triage, Brandy Grayson. The two were arrested Friday night after officers say they responded to a disturbance. Our Tanisha Shaw joins us now with what we know about the incident.
Madison School Board Vice President Maya Pearson could face charges after what police called a disturbance. The situation happened late Friday night near the Majestic Theater. The Madison Police Department says Brandy Grayson drove over cones into a loading zone and she refused to park somewhere else. Grayson is the founder and CEO of Urban Triage, a Madison-based nonprofit. MPD confirmed to News 3 Now that employees at the Majestic Theater in Madison called the police. When police arrived at the scene, they said they smelled, quote, intoxicants on Grayson's breath and asked Grayson and Maya Pearson to step outside of the vehicle. After both Grayson and Pearson refused, officers say they physically removed them and operating while intoxicated and resisting an officer. Pearson, who is also a member of the Madison Police Civilian Oversight Board, was arrested for disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. I talked to Pearson Monday and she did not have a comment. The Madison School District sent us a statement saying in part, quote, "To be clear, this incident is unrelated to district operations and does not involve MMSD." The statement goes on to say, quote, "Individual matters like this are managed in accordance with MMSD policy and any applicable law." At last check, charges have not been formally filed against Pearson or Grayson.
Tanisha, thank you. The city of Madison is also investigating this incident through their Office of Independent Police Monitor. In a statement, they say, quote, "This matter presents unique circumstances due to the role of the complainant and the proximity of that role to the police oversight system itself." Well, coming up, the Second Harvest Food Bank gets a big donation. Plus, the holiday travel season is upon us, as we've been talking about. We'll tell you how many people AAA expects to hit the roads and the skies between now and New Year's. Stay with us.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Americans and Wisconsinites are on the move big time, trying to beat the holiday rush. AAA expects more than 122 million people will travel at least 50 miles between now and New Year's. That's more than 1/3 of the population. Airlines say they expect to fly nearly 53 million passengers over the holidays.
We're just seeing travel pop. It certainly started with Thanksgiving, and we're seeing it through Christmas and through New Year's. We're just really excited for our customers and our passengers to experience our product at a time that is actually most meaningful to them.
AAA is forecasting most Americans, nearly 110 million, will opt to drive. They will find gas prices hovering around $2.86 a gallon nationally. That's down almost 20 cents from last year. AAA expects the next busy period of this rush to come between Christmas and New Year's, particularly that Friday and Sunday between the two holidays. In more local news, today, Second Harvest Food Bank received 9,500 bags of corn grits as a special donation. That donation came from Didion, an agriculture processing and bioscience facility that specializes in these kinds of products. Second Harvest's president says ending hunger in southwestern Wisconsin is only possible when community partners step up. While watching Second Harvest receive this donation today, News 3 Now had the chance to speak with a mother of 3 who relies on the food bank to make ends meet during the winter when her kids are out of school.
So they need to have more food, and those resources are good and are a blessing for her family and the other families. They can find, like here, fresh fruit and food they can use it for their families.
And you can help out this holiday season by donating to Extended Hands Pantry at extendedhandspantry.org. And you can also donate to Second Harvest at secondharvestsw.org. Still ahead, Christmas tree farmers are struggling to stay ahead of the growing trend of all of the fake trees. Plus, we hear about special efforts being made to reduce salt pollution this winter in Wisconsin. And speaking of the weather, what kind of weather can we expect as we head towards Christmas? Alex returns with the full forecast after the break.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for staying with us, everyone. You're taking a live look right now at I-39-90-94 at US 151. It's not too bad there as far as traffic is concerned, but people are making their way to their holiday destinations, getting there ahead of time or getting home from work, but not for much longer. And for the weather now, cloudy, but not too cold today, Alex. It wasn't so bad. What will our temperatures look like the rest of the week?
Very mild throughout the rest of this week. Temperatures in the upper 30s to the lower 40s, touch cooler than what we were forecasting last week, because we're going to have some clouds and we're going to have some showers that we got to forecast this week too. Then we cool on down as we head out towards New Year's. These are temperatures normal though for this time of year in the upper 20s to right around 30 degrees. All part of the 3 things you got to get out of the forecast. Couple sprinkles, some areas of freezing drizzle, and a little fog tonight. That we'll track that using Future Track in just a moment. We'll also track the return of the sun for a brief bit on Tuesday, and then we'll take a look at Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Those showers and those shower chances not just here but across much the upper Midwest. I don't want you to let your guard down tonight. While I'm not expecting widespread travel issues tonight, some patchy fog expected to develop late tonight. A little bit of freezing drizzle possible north of I-94, so a couple slick spots are not out of the question as we move through the night, especially if we can get just a couple breaks in the clouds. That allows the temperatures to drop down to freezing. What you're seeing here now, clouds filling in as we head into the early morning hours of Tuesday. Those clouds, that's that patchy fog, and with that patchy fog, a little bit of patchy freezing drizzle. We can't rule that out. Maybe a couple of sprinkles in areas that stay just above freezing. Here comes the sun as we go into Tuesday afternoon, but it's brief because as we go into Christmas Eve day and then Christmas Day itself, watch the few showers that pop up here as we head towards 5-6 o'clock Wednesday evening. Not widespread, but just a couple of raindrops in the forecast. And Thursday, that's Christmas Day, for clouds for the most part, but later Thursday night going on into Friday, we're going to see some showers build in from the west. Let's take a look at that Midwest travel forecast here. Starting off into the 20s as we wake up Christmas Eve morning in Madison. We warm on up to the upper 30s, straight around 40 degrees. There are those few showers popping up from St. Louis all the way up to Madison, but not expecting significant travel issues at all with that weather system. And as we move into Christmas Day itself, better chances for showers developing late Christmas Day night going on into that Friday the 26th, but not expecting this weather system from Madison to Chicago, Indianapolis to St. Louis to be a big weather maker. Just a couple scattered showers out there, not expecting significant travel delays. Low 30s tonight. Again, if we get to 32 and get a little bit of that freezing drizzle to form late overnight going on into early Tuesday, we could have a slick spot or two to contend with, and the roads too are still very, very cold. So anything that you put on the road, if it's not treated, you could run into some slick spots. So right around 40 for high temperatures on Tuesday. That's a good 10 degrees above normal. Zooming on in here as I step away here, take a look at our Christmas chimney there. 40 for high temperature approximately on Christmas Day. Those few showers building in, especially as we go into the evening hours. Then back to reality as we head out into the very, very end of 2025, starting 2026. Temperatures back to normal, back to the upper 20s and lower 30s again.
Although I love the 40s.
Yes, me too. I'm personally enjoying it, getting rid of some of the snow right now. I know folks want that white Christmas, but we're cleaning things up, and then we're just making our situation all set for more snow in January and February.
And we had a white Thanksgiving.
We did.
Can be grateful for that.
Yes.
Thank you, Alex. Well, in more news now, as we try to make our sidewalks and roads less slippery, the group Wisconsin Salt Wise is asking people to use what they call smart salting practices. Smart salting is a science-based strategy that maintains safety while reducing the amount of salt that ends up polluting our lakes, streams, and drinking water. Today, SaltWise was at the Bruce Company training winter maintenance contractors on several topics, including calibrating equipment.
We tend to see most of that extra salt on the ground on our parking lots due to the fact that we have liability issues. If a contractor gets sued, if a property manager gets sued, it's really easy to just say, just put it down. I want to see it white, right? I want the crunch, because that's the only way that people feel protected.
According to SaltWise, just 1 teaspoon of salt permanently pollutes 5 gallons of water. Salt also accelerates corrosion of roads, bridges, and other infrastructure. Well, Christmas is just 3 days away, and tree farmers are dealing with more and more competition with companies that make artificial trees. The Real Christmas Tree Board says artificial trees have taken a big bite out of the live tree business. Imported artificial trees have doubled over the past decade, but that number fell just a little bit this year because of President Trump's tariffs. Experts say the U.S. also has 35% fewer acres dedicated to producing Christmas trees than it did 20 years ago. And now we've got some sports next.
Absolutely no trees coming up in sports, but some exciting basketball still to come in sports. Wisconsin men's hoops trying to get back to their winning ways. Kay Racine is live from the Kohl Center next on News 3 Now. Let's just face it, this past weekend was kind of sad. On Thursday, Badger volleyball lost a heartbreaker. On Friday, Wisconsin men's basketball lost in overtime. And do I even need to bring up Saturday night's Packer loss against the Bears? The first chance to bring some holiday cheer back into our lives is tonight when Wisconsin men's hoops host Central Michigan at the Kohl Center, where we find our Kay Racine. Kay, what do you got?
Yeah, Andrew, 'tis the season of bouncing back, which is exactly what the Badgers are looking to do tonight with a win to catapult themselves into conference play, because this team right now is trying to correct so many things and fighting through the full 40 minutes of this game tonight and showing everyone what they believe they're capable of and even have shown signs they're capable of. But it all falls on the leaders, and the leader on this team feels that it is necessary to step up more than ever.
As a leader, as an older guy, to set the tone right from the jump. So, yeah, that's the only thing I could do, try to help push my guys. And you see his emotions right here, so you know how much it means to us every single day. We come in ready to get better, but with due time, it will all come together.
And hopefully they do, but the Badgers will be without John Blackwell, as he's not dressed out or warming up with the team tonight. We'll have the highlights from this Central Michigan match for you guys at 10, but for now, I'm Kay Racine at the Kohl Center for News 3 Sports.
Hey, yeah, we saw John Blackwell was questionable, but you heard it live and on the scene. He will not be playing tonight. Sticking with basketball, the Bucks aren't playing on Christmas Day this year, which has been normal lately. But Doc Rivers, he did something pretty cool with that. He's bringing his Bucks back to Milwaukee just for 36 hours for a jolly reason that applies to you, too.
We do get to come home, which will help, listen, family, man, spend time with your family. Not for our team, that's for everybody who's listening.
Well, it's not just officially holiday season, but transfer portal season too. Eugene Hilton Jr., the son of Colts legend T.Y. Hilton, is a one and done, and Madison, the former four-star receiver, caught 8 passes for 91 yards as a freshman. And the portal problems don't stop there. To the volleyball court, where Una Vajagic announced that her departure is coming right now. This one a stunner. The sophomore ranked second on the team in kills and becomes the first Badger starter to leave since their national semifinal run.
Oh, boy.
I know. You don't like to hear that.
There could be better news come Christmas. Thanks for watching News 3 Now at 6, everyone. Entertainment Tonight is up next. Hope to see you back here at 10 o'clock. Have a good one.